Now that summer is upon us, many business executives and salespeople will be trading in the conference room for the golf course. And a round of golf is a popular way to do business. With us this morning to talk more about some business etiquette out on the golf course and what you can learn from someone on the course is Alan Martin. He's a golf expert and the author of Thumbs Down, a virtual golf lesson. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You know, so many people do business out on the golf course, and for those who don't, you think it's just a fun game and they're out there wasting time. But there actually is some work being done if you play the game right.
You don't even have to play the game at all. Right?
You just have to show up.
Yeah, well, sometimes. It's somewhat like football. Sometimes you take advantage of the hype. But if you're actually going to go out and play, think about it. You're in a beautiful setting, and you have 5 hours or more with somebody. In today's world, it's tough to get 5 minutes with somebody, right?
Yeah, it's a captive audience. That's great.
Absolutely.
How many games of golf would you say you've played in your lifetime?
Thousands. And I'm looking forward to playing thousands more.
Thousands more. You're the envy of a lot of people. Hey, let's talk about, you've got really 4 big principles that when it comes down to what you should be doing on the golf course. And the first one you say is open new doors. What do you mean by that?
Again, it's almost like football. You take advantage of your team, you take advantage of what's going on, and you talk to people. You have a common bond with people. And I've used it myself to get places where I've never been able to get before because people are golfers, you talk golf. And again, now you have something in common. You're able to kind of break the ice and get started with somebody.
It does build relationships and it builds bonds, which is your second point here. When you have 5 hours with somebody, at the end of that 5 hours, if you haven't created a bond with that person, then you really probably somewhere along the line have a communication problem.
Well, the funny thing about it is, while you're out there, it's almost like you're in battle. I mean, golfers at the beginning of the day are all smiles. At the end of the day, they look like they've been through a war. But it's after the fact that you start building those bonds with people. It's not just a relationship, it's more of a lasting friendship in a lot of cases. People remember that round of golf that you played together X amount of years ago.
Yeah. Help people understand when you're out there and what the etiquette is for that. I mean, do you launch into a business conversation at the 3rd hole, at the 9th hole? Where would you start to break down the, we're not playing golf here, we're also doing business?
You know, golf is a lot like sales. You have to qualify the situation, you have to set your expectations properly. Your first goal is really to establish relationships and get to know people.
Right.
If you want to start doing the business, I suggest you start on the back 9 and you kind of ease into it. You see how things are going. You see what you can get away with. You see how the situation is.
Yeah. The back 9 is where it starts to get tense, though. So then somebody might not really want to talk to you too much.
Business golf is different than competitive golf. You
Yeah.
should throw the scorecard away
And just have
use
fun.
it for the benefits and have fun.
Okay. Your third point is really use it for the networking. With you hear people who say, I don't necessarily go out and golf with one person. I'll go to a charity tournament that satisfies my platform, and I'll golf with a lot of people. Is that really the key there? Use that 5 hours to meet 10 people rather than one?
Use the 5 hours wisely, yes.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity that you just might not get any other way. And again, everybody's kind of bonded together. They feel like golfers for that particular day.
Yeah.
Use that to your advantage.
So your fourth one is generate and close the deal. So should you really be closing a deal out on the golf course? Is that possible?
I've been involved with mergers before where people went out there for the sole purpose of we're out here to cut a deal.
Yeah.
So there are times when it's appropriate, and go for it.
Okay, good. Alan Martin, nice to have you here. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right. Golf etiquette. Boy, we all could use a little of that if you're out on the golf course.